now listening to LauerRoadRadio.
Hey, welcome one and all to the #1 podcast, winter, spring, and fall. Talking sports for the thrill of it all. Hey, talking life, but we're killing it all. Jason and Dan with the master plan. These are dangerous men with the mic in the hand. Huh? Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
LauerRoadRadio.
Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. What? Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Yeah. Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
LauerRoadRadio.
Let's get it. What?
At Tanagra, when the walls fell, this is Dan Owings coming at you another time for Lauer Road Radio with my co-host, as always, Jason.
Yep.
In the studio with me. Jesse is here doing whatever it is that he does.
I'm all nicked up.
Coming back from a high school girls basketball game. Does not know any of them. Just enjoys high school girls basketball.
I was going to say, he wasn't a participant.
No.
He was an observer.
Just an observer. Wasn't asked to be there. Was asked to leave. Gideon is here in Preston's seat as the czar of information. And Stella is on the ones and zeros. How you doing today, Jason?
I'm doing good. Got lots of stuff today.
Our last couple of episodes, or maybe our last episode, we released a 10-minute episode. So if you're listening to this and you say, I like the 10-minute episodes, give us more Mount Rushmore episodes that are 10 minutes long. We'll do more.
Yeah.
If the overwhelming sense is we hate that and we don't want you to do it anymore, we won't do it anymore.
Or if they say 52 minutes is just too long.
We'll do whatever you tell us to do. Okay? You got us right where you want us. Okay, so, yep. Jason, I am a crazy homeschool parent, okay?
One of those people.
I'm one of those people.
I'm not.
I don't trust the system. Okay?
I don't either, but...
And so our kids are homeschooled. And the other day, we're at home, and at this point, let's face it, Levi, my oldest, he's gone. He's married. He's older, so he's not in school anymore.
He's an adult.
Michaela's 18.
She's an adult.
A couple days ago, Erica told her to do something for school, and Michaela goes, no. and Erica looked at me, and I was like, man. she's 18. It's on the back end of her senior year. What are we supposed to do?
She's got
about it?
senioritis.
I just want her to finish. We had we bought this Dave Ramsey high school course. It's like not cheap. It's pretty involved. I'm like, just finish that and you'll be doing better than about 99% of Americans.
And she said no.
She said no. And I said, well, what am I going to do? And then Abby, my youngest, is 15 years old. And so we still have to try a little bit with her.
Yeah.
And the other day we're home and she had written, I think Erica had made her make a list for groceries. She's like, Abby, write these things down. Okay, so Abby's writing. And there were a couple of misspellings. And she's like, we got to work on your spelling. This is not good. And Abby's counterpoint was, why do you have to work on my spelling? Because spell check.
Yeah.
So she said, anytime I'm writing something on the phone or typing something, it tells me that it's wrong and it fixes it. So why do I have to know how to spell it? It's not a bad point. It's kind of hard to argue. I've tried. It's hard to argue. But nonetheless, we want her to be good at spelling. So we're sitting there at dinner and Levi pulls up a 9th grade spelling list.
Like a spelling bee.
Yeah. And he just starts giving her words. And so he's giving her one word after another. And every once in a while, well, often you're not proud of your kids. You're like, oh, I can't believe this. You're embarrassing me.
Trust me, I know.
That happens a lot. But every once in a while, you're really proud of your kid. And you just say, I did something right. I did something right. So Levi's given her the different words, and she was so quick on her feet on this. I was really impressed. And she's saying the different words, and he goes, obese. And she goes, obese. Jesse, obese. And I was very proud of her. I was like, it was so quick.
Yeah.
Because we weren't doing jokes.
Yeah.
It was just, she was just right on top
Mission
of it.
accomplished.
Yeah. And I was like, A+.
I like how you homeschool your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm a crazy homeschool parent too. That is unacceptable. I'm
Yeah.
calling the state.
Yeah,
you guys.
well,
actually.
call them. They don't care about us.
I got a whole anti-school homeschool thing. I'll save it for later after the show.
No,
but
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
fine.
I was told this. Levi told me today at work, and I was like, I went to say something, and I was like, she's 15.
Yeah.
She's a young child. I can't even defend myself.
Yeah.
Like if it was one of you guys, I could say something back.
Well,
but I can't.
You've done it to yourself. No one makes more fat jokes about themselves than you do.
Fair, but and she's not around me a whole lot.
It's like
does she
people
listen to the podcast?
No, it's like
How does she know?
we talk about you. If there people make fun of my baldness a lot because I make fun of my baldness.
Yeah.
Right. There are other things about me that maybe I don't make fun of, and people don't make fun of those things.
Like your unsightly moles.
My unsightly moles.
Whoa.
There, that's a good one. I got that big mole on my head. That one in particular. I don't know that I'm sensitive about it, but it's not something I talk about.
Well, let's start talking about it and
okay,
see.
let's just make it a deal. Molly, mole man. So anyway, I was proud of her. That's all. I'm gonna chop it up and make guacamole. All right.
Okay, there's lots of stuff.
All right.
I don't know. Do you have stuff?
Bring it. I got stuff.
Okay,
I got
listen.
stuff to
I got
talk
one
about.
big thing I want to talk about, but I want to
We
run
can
through
do that.
the X stuff really quick.
All right, give us.
Let's do the X stuff
There's
really
some
quick.
questions on X.
So Carol specifically wants to know about some of the decorations in the background.
Okay, sure.
She's like, I need the stories, is what she said. So like, there's the wooden spoon.
That's our grandpa carved it.
Grandpa carved it. Grandma painted it.
He cut down a tree, whittled it all the way down just to that.
Used a whole tree just
Just
for
the
that
whole
spoon.
tree because
Yeah.
he kept on not liking what he did.
You started off as an oar.
It was going to be an oar, but then he wasn't happy with it.
There is an oar.
That's an oar.
That's just a goodwill
That's
thing.
just a stupid thing.
This was the first thing we bought. Whoops. This was the first thing we bought for the show. For the video.
This is a cup that says Mount Rushmore. That's very apropos. Where did we
yeah.
get this?
I think Shelby got that.
I got it. At
You got it.
Goodwill.
Did you?
You got it at
Okay.
Goodwill.
Most of the stuff here is just Goodwill crap.
It's
Yeah.
just Goodwill crap.
Think-
Carol, we're not as deep as you want us to be.
No.
None of these things really mean anything.
No, they're actually all Goodwill crap. No, this bird, this is actually cool.
Oh, yeah. Grandpa did that one, too.
Yeah. So that is a bird on a stick.
This right here. I like this cup. I should start drinking out of it.
You made fun of it when I brought it
Yeah, well.
because I don't think I washed it. It came from Goodwill. So
Do you
You
want
know,
to
I've-
describe that bird to the audio listeners?
Yeah, it's a woodpecker. And it's about ready to peck some wood.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like you could do this one if you wanted to. You could mount it like that.
Yeah. Any way you want.
Most people would choose to do this one.
It just works that way.
It's a wonderful thing. So, Carol, unfortunately, there's really no stories to tell about any of this stuff that's here. It's just
Goodwill crap.
crap. It's
Okay.
just garbage.
So a couple other things really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull it up here. So, if the world was ending next Thursday,
Who asked this question?
the Colonel.
Oh, okay.
I'm not allowed to say his last name
We had the
anymore.
Colonel.
Angus.
Stop. Dan doesn't like it.
Was it because it's close
Stop.
to
No.
In the world, if the world was ending next Thursday, what would you do for the next 7 days?
Okay. The world does everyone know the world is ending, or do
Oh,
I?
that's a good question.
Am I the
I would
only
say
one?
the whole Earth, like asteroid coming,
And
the whole
everybody
Earth-
knows.
Everybody
Oof.
knows.
I'm gonna hunker down because like it's going nuts outside. People are gonna lose their minds,
Yeah,
right?
it's going to be crazy.
I'm just gonna find a good book and be like, you know what? I always meant to read World Peace.
Yeah.
Nope. War and Peace.
War and Peace.
I always meant to read War and Peace. I'm gonna see if I can do it in the next 7 days.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy out there. I'm not trying to get shot.
You ever read Mein Kampf?
Yeah, I have.
Okay,
Yeah.
because that would be a good one too.
It's
I sold
okay.
that book
It's a real
once.
page turner.
Yeah. So your end of the world plan is to read a book.
I'll read a book. Yeah.
I don't think I'm reading a book. I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't want to go out in public. It's going to be nuts out there.
It will be nuts. I think if you wait 5 days, there won't be anybody left.
Yeah.
The last 2 days, you could do whatever
Maybe
you want.
just walk around at that point.
Walk the dog. Do you have any New Year predictions?
Predictions for
2024?
2023?
2023 was crazy.
I predict we will have a new president in 2024.
Will we have definitive alien proof?
No.
Okay, I don't think so either. What is your favorite old school sitcom pre-2000?
Pre-2000?
Pre-2000.
Seinfeld.
1990. Seinfeld's the best.
It's not even
Yeah.
close.
If you have one candy bar that you can only eat, one candy bar for the rest of your life, what is it and why is it Snickers?
It's Snickers.
Is it Snickers? I
That's
think
what
it's
was gonna-
M&M's. I love
For
M&M's.
me, it's Snickers because Snickers has it's like a meal in a. What's the Snickers byline? Snickers, hungry for more or something like that. What's the Snickers thing? There's like a Snickers. Yeah, it is Snickers, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Jasper
motto?
wants to know, did y'all record last week?
Did he?
So,
Yeah, Jasper, we did.
We did record.
Yeah.
I don't think Jasper listens.
Okay.
He's just trolling.
Why are people who wear stocking caps and AirPods so gay? I was just doing that right before the show.
I do both
so-
of those things. So
That's got to be someone we know.
That's the Colonel.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, that just get through the X stuff really quick.
okay,
That was it.
that was it.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's some other stuff.
So I've talked about this before. I've been going to the gym as often as I can. And it's been nice out actually recently, so I've been running outside instead of inside. But the other day I'm at the gym, and I'm in the locker room. Okay, the men's locker room, guys. Okay. Calm down. I'm in the men's locker room, and I am wrapping it up. I'm done with my workout, and this guy walks in, and he's, I'd say, in his mid-20s. He's like listening to something through his headphones. It's pretty loud, and he's like talking to himself, and he keeps on like, and then he's getting mad at himself too.
Yeah.
He's like, and dude is ripped, by
Yeah,
the way.
okay.
I mean, he's in very good shape compared to me. He's
Yeah.
an Adonis. I mean, he's in very good shape. He's strong. He's young, and he seems to be mentally not quite there. Like he's a little bit something's not right with this guy.
On the spectrum, he's closer to Jesse.
In some ways.
Okay.
In other ways, not at all. And so anyway, he's there, and I have my stuff. There's like a kind of a counter with a mirror in front of
Yeah.
it, and I had just set my stuff there while I was just getting dressed and getting taking off my other shoes and doing the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And I look down in my. You have AirPods.
I do, yeah.
So the AirPod case, just show it to the thing. I have a blue silicone cover around mine. But
That's an option?
Yeah. Well, you can buy it, like
Oh.
covers for them. So if you drop it,
Is yours
it's
engraved?
protected. No,
Oh.
not that I know of. So I have my headphones there. Here's the thing. I thought I did, and I go to the locker, like I could turn my back to this guy and my stuff. And when I go back, I think my headphones aren't there. And I'm not 100% sure, but
Yeah.
this is, so I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Because this is not a small investment. I'm not a rich man. I might live in a
Yeah.
loft, but I can't just afford to buy more AirPods.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do I do here?
Yeah.
Because if I'm wrong about this, and I accuse him of taking my headphones, he might murder me. And
Yeah.
I see this guy at the gym a lot. Like whatever time he's going seems to be the time that I'm going. I see him there quite a bit. And so it was a real moment for me, but I thought he's about ready to leave. And I would have probably, first of all, if into the story, spoiler alert, I did find my headphones. They were in my bag and I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
But what is the right way to say something to that guy
think
without sounding like I'm accusing him?
I think you stand up and you obviously look around.
Oh, and you start like making a big
like,
deal.
did you
about,
see my headphones?
Oh man, what did I?
Yeah.
Like
Just
I'm
to anybody in the-
confused,
yeah, to
and I'm
anybody
just
in the
trying to
room.
get him to be like, oh, I'm going to help this guy out or
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
But if he took them,
Well, there's nothing you can do.
then there's nothing I can do.
No. If you didn't see him take them,
Yeah,
There's
I
nothing
can't
you
give
can
him a
do.
bro.
yeah.
Hey, bro,
No.
come on, man. What's the
No.
deal?
If you saw him take them,
Yeah,
then yes.
yes, but I didn't.
But you didn't. So you got to play dumb.
So I just got to play dumb and hope that
He's like,
so if-
"Oh yeah, you
So
dropped
if
them. I
while
thought they were
playing-
mine."
If while I'm playing dumb, he just kind of looks at me, puts his stuff in his bag, and walks out, he stole them.
Yeah.
But if I'm playing dumb and being like, "Oh no, just
Could
like,
you look in the trash?
Oh,
Like, I don't know. Yeah.
And then he
My
gets
wife
on
just
my
got. Those are my wife's headphones.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. She beats me.
And then he looks at you and he's like, yeah, she probably
Yeah,
does.
she does.
That checks
yeah.
Sorry,
out.
buddy.
That checks out. So it was just a real moment of crisis where I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to get in a fight
Yeah.
at the Planet Fitness
Locker room.
locker room of all places.
Yeah.
Maybe if I'm out, some of the strong guys might take pity on me and come to my aid. But in the locker room, it was just basically me and this guy.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to give him hey, what did you? I just had my headphones here.
Yeah.
Because even if I'd have had to play pretty dumb to not make it look like I was accusing him.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty good at.
Have you ever been in a real fight?
Well, I broke up a real fight.
Really?
I wasn't like in the middle of it.
Yeah.
But like there was this guy who's like in his 20s, and I was just walking down the street, and he starts beating up this like kind of look like late teenager type of kid.
Yeah.
He starts wailing on him, and I was like, I don't know what to do about this because first of all, for all I know, this kid deserves it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I don't think he I don't think that's the right way to get kind of justice in the system.
Maybe.
But I don't know. But I don't know what this kid did.
Right.
For all I know, he did something really bad, and he maybe deserves a little kind of roughing up a little bit. But I did give him a strong, hey, cut, hey, come on,
Yeah.
hey, it was out in the public, and I kind of got in the middle of it, and I was like, and then that the kid just ran away with his friends, and then that guy was like, I'm gonna get you, that sort of thing. I was like, hey, we good here? We good?
Yeah.
So I did. That's the closest I.
That's scary.
It was scary because I was like, this guy might swing at me.
Yeah.
But he was just wailing on this kid, so I thought he could kill him, and I just can't walk by and watch this kid die. So that's the closest. I've never been in a fight. I'm not a threatening person.
No.
By nature, people don't want to fight me.
I've been in 2.
Yeah.
Like for real.
For real.
Yeah.
I'm 0, 1, and 1.
Okay.
0, 1, and 1.
Yep.
So you haven't won a single fight.
Nope. Nope.
We're talking real fights, not like you and your friend or
goofing off.
Yeah, no. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Got beat up once.
Was it all high school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All freshman year, too.
Yeah.
Got beat up once. Pretty good.
Yeah.
It looked like I won the fight. He had a black eye, and I had nothing visible. But anyone who was there was like, no, man.
Yeah,
you
gotcha.
lost. He was hitting me, and my head was hitting the floor.
Oh.
And I kept saying, ouch, ouch, stop it, stop it. I don't remember it that way, but that's what everyone said.
Mommy.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Sure.
And the tie, how's that work? How's a tie work?
Kid swung on me, missed. I swung on him, missed. Both landed little body shots, and then a teacher broke it up. Now the teacher,
Okay.
I guess you could say I lost that fight because the teacher picked me up and threw me over his shoulder.
Yeah.
And as he was throwing me over his shoulder, he hit my face on a open locker.
Oh.
So I mean, technically, I
You
guess
could sue the school over that.
I should have.
You could have.
Yeah. Because I didn't swing first. I didn't even start the fight.
Yeah.
And then the teacher beat me up. So
It happens.
It does happen. Okay, so I've got a couple more things.
All right, let's do it.
So do you want the really, really good thing or just the good thing?
We got time. Let's do the good thing.
Okay, so the good thing. We'll do the really, really good thing later.
Oh, sure. Okay.
No, do you want the really, really good thing or the good thing?
Jason, I
think
honestly
I
don't.
think you better do the really, really good thing because
I feel like
I'm
you're
just going to
over-
do the good thing.
Just here's what you should do.
Okay.
You pick one. Don't tell us. We'll decide if it's really, really good.
that's a good one.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
If you rip the wings off a fly,
Yeah.
what does it become?
Walk.
A crawl, a dot, a bug. I don't
Just
know.
a bug?
It's just a bug.
If a fly doesn't have wings, is it a fly, Gideon?
It can't be a fly.
It's still a bug.
But
Well, it is a bug. It's an
can't
insect.
be a fly.
It can't be a fly. It can never fly again.
Is a fly the only thing that it's also a verb?
Fish.
No, wow.
Yeah, I
You
guess.
could go fishing.
Fish.
Again,
But fishing is the verb.
I'm going to go fish.
I'm gonna go. Yeah,
Well,
okay.
go would be the
All right.
verb.
Well, I guess flying is the same thing. Huh?
I fish.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you like to do?
Fish.
Fish.
I like to fish. Okay.
Yeah. Fish is a verb.
All right.
Bird? No.
No.
I
Because
go
it can't
bird.
fly.
Duck.
Duck.
You can duck.
I'll bet ducks duck quite a bit.
Is that
I
how they were
think so.
named? When, you're trying to like slingshot a duck, dodged it. That's a duck. That thing just ducked it. So was that the good thing or the really, really good thing?
I hope that was the bad thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, that was one of the two, huh? Okay.
I'm coming in hot.
You're coming in hot.
Okay, so here's the really, really good thing. Okay, you have a choice to become one of three things.
Okay.
Okay, here is the list. You have to pick one. Everybody in the room's going
have to pick one.
You
of
have to
these
pick
three.
one to become
All right.
a pirate, a cowboy, or a samurai.
What year is it?
Yeah.
Okay, what does that matter?
Yeah, it matters.
How? Why?
Well, pirates today aren't what they used to be.
Okay, so
Or samurais or cowboys.
that's true. Okay, so what was the heyday of all of those?
I would say the
1800.
Venn diagram. Yeah, the 1800s.
Because samurais are pretty
Pirates are still wearing
Pirates
eye
are still-
patches
yeah. And Cowboys.
have parrots, and Cowboys that's the heyday of the Cowboys.
So
for sure.
1800.
All right, so it's let's say it's 1850, and I have to pick: am I a pirate, a cowboy, or a samurai?
Yeah.
I am. I'll acknowledge the fact that I'm somewhat ignorant of the life of a samurai.
I think it's pretty zen-like.
It seems pretty zen-like. You're going to have to go, I think, out to do some battling at some point.
I think there's skirmishes.
Or skirmishes, and you're
I
going to
don't
be
think it's
involved
war.
in those
It's not
skirmishes.
war.
Well, samurais, I think, go into war. Don't they go into war? Into battle?
Yeah, it's probably true.
I think they do. So I think,
But I think samurai doesn't necessarily mean soldier.
okay.
I think you could be a samurai,
So the other two are definitely professions, you see.
cowboy.
But samurai is not really a profession, is it?
Oh, I think it is.
How do you make money as a samurai?
Well, you're in the military.
Yeah.
Or you can be like a guard. You'd be like a samurai for
the emperor?
whatever.
But the
emperor.
nature of it is fighting. Like
Yeah.
you get paid
That's
to fight.
true. That's true. Yeah.
The other two, sure,
well, pirates. They pirate stuff.
Well, if you're good, you might not have to fight. You slide in, slide out.
You raise the flag up, and
Raise
they're
the
like, "We give up."
Yeah.
Yeah.
If your flag goes before
And
you
the-
and you strike terror into the hearts of your
But that's
victims,
probably a lot of pillaging.
I think Vikings pillage.
You don't think pirates pillage?
Oh, pirates pillage.
I think pirates pillage.
Listen, a pirate can pillage, but I think
Pirates pillage profusely.
that'll be enough. I think when I think pirate, I think you're in a ship.
Yeah.
Your ship gets next to the other ship. You throw the ropes over. You tie them together. You jump over.
Yeah.
You kill everybody, or throw them overboard, or tie them up on that
And
ship.
you take their ship.
You take all the booty, the
Yeah.
pirate booty, and back to your ship,
And set
then,
that on fire.
And then you set that ship on fire, and you're off and running. That's the day of a pirate.
Is that a pillage?
That's pillage.
I think pillage involve. I think you got to be in a village to pillage. I don't think you can pillage outside of a village. I don't think you
That
can
checks
pillage
out.
a ship.
That checks
You
out.
can ransack a ship.
raid a ship.
You can raid a ship.
Yeah.
You can raid a village, but pillage. I think you got to be in a village to pillage. So
You
if
need listen.
that's
Whenever
part
you
of my bit.
That's part of your bit. You got to write
that's
that
part of
down.
it. Okay, I'll put it on my list. I think that if
And
I
listen, that's the first time I've ever heard that.
Yeah.
That might be original. So if anybody
as far
ever
as I
uses
know,
it,
that's
they stole it
original.
from this show.
If
Copyright.
Nate,
what is the
Nate
date?
Bargatze, if this is on your next stand-up,
If they say pillage and village together,
Listen.
Nate Bargatze, we're suing him.
well,
Yeah.
I will sue him for everything he's got. I'll just be like,
What if
I
Dave?
think the terms of the suit
Yeah.
would be like, you can either pay me $5 million
yeah.
because you stole my intellectual property,
Uh-huh.
or you never have Brian on another show again.
That's harsh. What would he do?
It's a good question.
Okay, cowboy, samurai, pirate.
Okay, so I feel like samurai.
I
and
really want
pirate-
to. I really want to throw Viking in there, but that's not part of
No,
your question.
That's not part of your question. I feel like samurai and pirate, I feel like the chances of death are much higher than cowboy.
That's true.
A cowboy, you can just be on the range
Like a rancher.
driving cattle.
Yeah.
Now, every once in a while, you're going to go into.
Well, it's lawless country,
It is lawless country.
so there's going to be outlaws.
You'll be brandishing a gun for sure.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
But the lifestyle of a cowboy is pretty harsh.
It is a hard life.
I think
It
as
is a
samurai, you
hard
probably
life.
you're surrounded by some good stuff.
I feel like the samurai life is the off time of a samurai is the best
Yes.
of all of those three.
100%.
Just
But-
eating sushi
Although
and
if you're a pirate, you might just be hanging out at the Caribbean beach.
Maybe. I feel like I like this life of a samurai minus the battling, but you can't have that. If I had to pick one, I'd probably say cowboy. If I had to pick one,
I would say that's the harshest life.
but yeah,
It might be the most rewarding.
in some ways it might be the most harsh. But the other ones, if I had to pick one, I'm going to pick cowboy.
Okay. I think I'm going to go samurai.
Yeah.
I kind of like the off-duty samurai.
You're going to have to do a lot of training off duty, though. It's going to be every day. You're going to have to wake up and work on your moves. Paint the fence.
Tom Cruise, The Last Samurai, is a decent movie.
Yeah.
I like that movie.
he's just playing Fruit Ninja in his off time, whatever.
Fruit Ninja. Have Gideon throw apples up in the air.
Real life Fruit Ninja sounds like a lot of fun.
We should do it. Someone could die.
In this loft.
Isn't that essentially what Gallagher did? Who's the real life?
He had a
fruit-
mallet.
He's like a fruit dwarf. I don't know. Jesse, what are you
I'm in
taking?
agreement with Dan. As much as pillaging villages sounds fun and swinging swords, I think I can relate most already to Cowboys. I've watched Yellowstone basically 2 times through. It seems like a pretty fun life.
Well, that's
This is 1800 Cowboy, not current.
Well, I've watched 1827 or whatever it is too.
yeah.
But I've ridden horses before.
Really?
I
Like a Clydesdale?
whatever you say, Abby.
Not a
You
not a
know.
pony.
No, actually, yeah.
Broke the pony's back.
I
I was
took
on a cart.
yeah.
Behind it. We got a story for you guys afterwards. But no, I've been on horses. I
Yeah.
live near a horse farm. I think that I could handle that better
It's
than the other
it's not
two.
an easy life. None of those lives are
No,
easy.
but I think I would actually know what to do already.
I feel
more
like
as a cowboy.
pirate is appealing because I think you can retire the soonest. You get a big score,
Cash out.
cash out, and I'm done.
I will also
So I
say,
like that about the pirate
I
life.
think the samurai life probably has the highest success at a good family.
maybe you come home because you can't really be a family guy if you're out driving cattle all day,
No.
every day.
And not forget pirate.
Pirate, forget about it. I mean, maybe you could get a wench
If you could
know,
get one.
if you can get one, but it's hard to, especially get one to marry you.
Listen, some winches are wonderful.
Some, if you can get one.
Gideon, what are you picking?
Samurai.
Samurai.
Samurai. That checks out.
Okay.
Stella, you're not in a mic, but do you want to pick one?
I mean, there's not really great options for me.
She says there's
I
no-
feel like samurai. You like anime, so I feel like
but I feel like heyday samurai.
There's-
females are not really.
Yeah.
oh, that's
but
true.
what about
yeah.
Mulan?
Samurais.
That's like that was a huge problem.
Listen,
Yeah.
yeah, all of those lives are. That's a difficult life for a woman to be.
all of those?
Yeah,
Well, cowboy.
yeah. You can be a cowgirl, but
Yeah, that's a whole
you
different
want to
thing.
be around a bunch of cowboys all day, every day.
In any scenario,
And
the woman
even
loses.
if it's just you
Yeah.
and a bunch of other cowgirls, all of a sudden you come across the wrong group of guys, you're in trouble.
Yeah,
But maybe if you're an Annie Oakley type and you can take them out.
yeah.
I used to live on Calamity Jane Boulevard. It was the name of the road that I lived
That's
on.
exciting.
It was pretty cool. All right,
That was a really good thing.
that was good.
Is I.
Is it better than the fly thing?
Yes.
We might the Netflix suggestion might lead to other discussions, so I'd like to get to it just
Okay.
a little
Hit
bit
the Netflix.
earlier
Yeah, sure.
than we normally do, if I can be so bold. I've only got 4% on my phone, just so you know. So
And the grayscale.
yeah,
Netflix, watch these shows with us. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Netflix, watch these shows with us. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Or maybe Amazon Prime or something like that, like YouTube. Or we don't want to put a box around what you watch, so you never know.
Jason, what is your Netflix suggestion of the week?
My Netflix suggestion of the week, I just watched right before I came to the show,
All right, fresh.
directed by Zack Snyder.
Oh, okay.
Netflix original,
Yes.
Rebel Moon.
Now I wanted to talk. It's not my suggestion, but
Okay.
I did want to talk about.
Did you
that
watch it?
tonight. I did watch it.
Okay.
I was excited about the possibility of what it could be.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like, because I've not been loving what Star Wars has been doing with
Yeah.
the newer trilogy, for instance, and I thought maybe this is a new space story epic for
Yeah,
a new
yeah.
generation, and
Right.
it might end up really being something pretty cool.
Right.
Okay, so what did you think?
Solid B+. I liked it. I watched it with Harrison. As soon as it was over, Harrison said, "What do you think?" I said, "It was good." And I said it was Zack Snyder. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not a big Zack Snyder fan." I'm like, "I agree. Like, if someone else could have put their fingers on it, I think
Yeah.
it could have been better." And it felt like a Star Wars ripoff in a lot of cases.
Yeah, so I hated it.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning, I felt like, okay, it's got some promise, but the further it went, it kept on, first of all, trying to make me care about people and things that I didn't care about. It had very like epic death scenes. Like I don't even know this person.
You're not connected to it.
I'm not connected to it at all.
So-
when the movie ended, and it's like, oh, this was part 1, part
Yeah.
2 is coming soon. I don't care.
Yeah.
I wasn't like the day that I watched the last Mandalorian season 1. I was
You're
like,
waiting
I'm
for the next
just
one. Yeah.
ready for this
But
next
that's
one
an
to come
A
out.
category. That's not a B category.
Well, that's just what I'm saying. Like, this is not even, honestly, for me, it's not even a B category. I'm tired of these television shows. Like every single, they're just playing on these stupid tropes. They're just trying to play to, like, the bad guys have to be white men,
and the hero's the woman.
and the hero's the woman.
Yeah,
And she's followed along by a wimpy guy,
that's true.
right?
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
no.
it's-
Here's the thing: there are strong women out there. In a space epic, can you have this woman who's like, yeah, supernaturally
Yeah.
gifted? Yes, of course you can do that, and I'm not necessarily against that. It's just, to me, it's just so transparent. You're making the bad guys white men. All the bad guys are white guys
Always.
and then the good guy is this girl, and then they're doing this. It's like a space western, is
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
And they're doing the Magnificent Seven thing where they're picking up
One at a time.
They're just
Yeah.
and every single time they'll go to a planet and pick up this like amazing warrior,
Yeah.
who has no reason to come with them. It's
Yeah.
like that scene with the woman and she was fighting the spider thing. Why is she coming along? What does she care? She's at her home planet, I assume, defending all of these
Well,
people.
they said with her, the motherland, right? Whatever this empire is that's against them.
Yeah.
She's personally responsible for killing 14 different officers and
Yeah.
all this other stuff. Like, she actually has a
I don't
vendetta
know.
out to get them.
In even that scene, we go into it, and all of a sudden she's fighting a spider. I'm like, where are they? What are they doing? Why are they doing? I just didn't care about it. That for me, the big thing is the
storyline lacked.
The storyline lacked. The acting was subpar at best. I thought the dialogue was the only thing that I can really say for it. And the score wasn't memorable.
No.
The only thing I can say for it, if I had to give it an A in any category, there were some scenes that looked really cool.
Yeah.
There were some scenes where, like, you know what, that looks really cool. But that's about it. They pick up, so they're the final kind of group that they pick up on that planet where there's also the Squid King guy. There's like all these soldiers.
Yeah.
And then they pick up a few of the soldiers. And the one guy that they pick up, he's this strong black dude with dreads and he's got war paint. Like, this guy's cool.
Yeah.
And then they also pick up this what seems to be some sort of trans person that comes along as well. And I'm just saying that. I mean, they didn't say that, but
Yeah.
she's certainly
some
putting
trans
off
vibes.
those vibes.
Yeah.
And the cool guy with the dreads dies, and then now she's the one that, like, oh, now she's a part of the crew.
feel like you're
And
talking me
don't
out of it.
Care about her.
I generally liked it. But here's the thing. I just want good sci-fi.
I want good sci-fi too, Jason.
I'm
I love
desperate
good
for it.
sci-fi. I've
my-
got a good suggestion for you today.
Okay, good. My favorite genre is sci-fi.
I love it.
I want sci-fi so bad.
Now,
I'm willing to accept almost anything.
This is cheesy sci-fi, and it's not original at
Okay.
all. You're
talking Rebel Moon?
Rebel Moon
Yeah, yeah.
lacks
No,
originality.
they completely stole lightsaber.
They stole tons
Even
of
the
things
Rebel, the whole-
from
every-
Star Wars.
yeah.
They stole stuff from Dune. They stole stuff,
Yeah.
But here's the thing: Star Wars. George Lucas stole a lot of things
Yeah.
to make Star Wars.
Right.
So I'm okay with it if you do it well. I just felt like when it was over, I was like, I don't care about this. This is so dumb. I'm not invested at all into any of them.
I will 100% watch the next one.
And that I won't. And that big twist where it's like, oh, this guy's bad now. I'm like, okay, so he's bad.
well, I saw that coming.
Yeah, it's just like I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. I thought it was poor. I didn't care for it. So now maybe I'm just being critical. I did want to like it, and I do like science fiction.
Yeah.
So my Netflix suggestion of the week was, my first was going to be that. I just wanted to talk about that. But okay, so you watched that. My second Netflix suggestion of the week is, so we recently got Apple TV because Abby wanted to watch Spirited.
Oh,
The
had
Will
she never
Ferrell-
seen it?
And neither had I. So we
Okay.
all watched it
Yeah.
together.
What'd you think?
I fell asleep, but that's not saying anything.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just I fell asleep. But what I saw, it's a musical.
Yeah.
So
I like musicals.
I'm not a big musical guy,
I like them.
but I liked it. I like Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is good. You know, it was. I was not against it.
Yeah.
It was fine. But so now I have Apple TV for a month, and so I'm like, okay, and I got to figure out what I'm going to watch on Apple TV.
Foundation?
No, I kind of got out on that. I felt like it was too. There was a couple of like.
Did you watch the Silo thing?
I liked Silo.
Yeah.
Silo was good.
Yeah.
I like Silo. I started watching Monarch. Now, Do you know Monarch?
Is that the monsters?
Yes.
I started watching with Teddy.
So are you familiar with the Monsterverse?
No.
So neither was I, but now I'm all in on it, Jason. Okay.
I thought I had troubles with that.
So Godzilla.
Yeah.
I didn't. Now I realize I'm saying stuff that if Preston was here, he could.
Yeah,
educate
he's rolling
us.
his eyes. Yeah.
And other people know. I didn't know this.
Godzilla.
Okay. Godzilla. I didn't know this, but so this Godzilla movie came out in 2014, and then a couple years later, Godzilla King of the Monsters or something like that comes out.
Yeah.
And then
Kong.
King Kong Skull Island comes out.
Yeah.
And then Godzilla versus Kong comes out.
Yeah.
And then this Monarch show comes out.
Yeah.
And it's all connected.
The Monsterverse.
The Monsterverse. There's actors that weave their way through all of them.
Yeah.
The Monarch is the name of the organization that studies these monsters and has like uncovered them. And maybe Monarch is good. Maybe there's bad things to it. We don't really know. We're learning about it. And I will say it is... Well, it's better than Rebel Moon. Now I've watched a couple of the movies, and I'm a couple of episodes into Monarch, and I've had more time to watch television than normal. I've really enjoyed it. Now, it's monsters. It's Godzilla tearing up. I understand that.
Yeah.
But the actors, like in Kong Skull Island, which I actually saw like a long time ago whenever it came out, so I was like John Goodman and Samuel L. Jackson in it. This the Monarch has Kurt Russell in it.
Yeah.
What is it like? The Kong. The Godzilla one. The two of them has Millie Bobby Brown, a couple other people in it. The original Godzilla movie has a couple pretty good actors in it. Like the acting is good. The dialogue is good. It's not super cheesy. It's actually kind of interesting. I think I am in on the Monsterverse.
Okay.
I'm totally in. And Monarch, I think there's like 8 episodes or something like that.
I think
I've
I'm 2 or
watched
3 in.
I've watched 2. I really enjoy it. I think it's actually pretty good.
That's fine.
It's a little slow, but I like that.
Yeah.
That's why I actually like Monarch better than the movies. I've watched the first Godzilla movie, maybe the second one. I don't know. I liked those. Those were good. But they just move so fast.
Yeah.
I like this because it's going really slow. It's going back and forth to the 50s and then the 70s and then today. I like it, and I'm all in on it.
I don't think the original King Kong with not the original. The original's like in the 30s or
But the
something.
Jack Black King Kong is not in the Monsterverse.
It's not part of the Monsterverse.
No, that's a Peter Jackson movie, which actually I think is one of the most underrated movies
It's very good.
ever. Like, I don't know why it wasn't more popular. It's got Adrian Brody in it.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Like, it's really good.
Yeah, I
I think
agree.
it was too long, maybe.
Yeah, but I think it's because it's a remake. It's literally the 3rd or 4th time they've remade it. It was like in the 30s,
It's
the 50s,
the best
the 70s.
King Kong movie. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's excellent.
I'm a King Kong fan.
The thing I like about that movie, and the thing that is like, I think we've talked about this like with Superman and Batman, they just placed it in the 30s or the 20s,
Yes.
which is the 30s, I think, which is where it belongs.
Correct.
King Kong belongs in that time period.
Yeah.
Modern King Kong's not as interesting.
Correct. Yeah.
That's because we're like, well, yeah, you can just nuke them, right? You know, like
you can't nuke the city.
Yeah, well, I know you can't nuke the city, but I'm just saying, like, it's hard to believe that modern.
Yeah, 1930s. That's a big problem.
Right, that's a big. That's a big. We got these little planes, like with the guys.
Propeller planes.
Yeah,
you know.
there's not a lot that we can do about it.
Right.
In today's world,
he'd be dead instantly.
Yeah, I mean these jets and stuff, and they can like land.
They would just a space laser. He'd be dead.
Yeah. So that's where I'm like, I don't know about this. And so what we have to watch is like basically jet engines come at him and stuff's like blowing up, and it's not making any difference at all.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Maybe Godzilla. Godzilla.
Godzilla by far is more powerful than King Kong.
Well, he's the king of the monsters, Jason. Turns out he's a good guy.
Godzilla?
Yeah.
Is he?
You got to watch the movies.
Okay.
All right, Jesse, do you have a Netflix suggestion?
No.
I did watch your suggestion, the Mark Wahlberg movie,
Yeah.
Family Plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, my family watched it. Well, me and Erica and the girls, we liked it.
Yeah.
And then, for some reason, Erica has just been watching a lot of Mark Wahlberg movies.
I mean, do you blame her?
I mean, I'm like,
You go to your Roku search history, it's just Mark Wahlberg.
does he have it like in the writer when someone hires him, like that so many scenes have to be without a shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Does he? Does he have to be shirtless so
Yeah.
much?
Even in the mobile commercials, he's
Yeah,
shirtless.
I'm just like, come on, guy, put on a
That's
shirt.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, when he's a monk, that movie, he's like, he shows up, he's like, he's like ripped. She's been, she's like, is there another Mark Wahlberg movie? Why do you?
Your search history is Mark Wahlberg shirtless movie.
Okay, we just could search
That's
Mark
all of them.
Wahlberg movies. So we've been watching quite a bit of Mark Wahlberg. There's another one on.
Mark's better than Donnie, right?
Listen, I love Donnie Wahlberg. She said that was her favorite. He was on, not the Backstreet Boys. The
Boys to Men.
Boys. No. New Kids on the Block.
Okay,
yeah.
He-
Boys to Men.
And Donnie was her favorite on
Donnie, okay,
She
yeah.
was a Donnie girl.
So she's Donnie over Mark?
Well, not currently. I can tell you that much right now.
Are we talking Mark or are we talking Ryan Reynolds?
Mark.
Mark.
She
I'm
likes
sorry.
Mark Wahlberg.
I said Mint Mobile.
But
I was
listen,
thinking Ryan
if we want
Reynolds.
to talk Ryan Reynolds,
He's a good-looking guy.
yeah. If I were to go the other
did you know
direction,
he-
Mount Rushmore of good-looking guys.
Okay, let's do it. I'm a Brad Pitt guy.
What?
Yeah.
Brad Pitt?
I think he's a handsome fella.
I think he's overrated. I'm more of a George Clooney over Brad Pitt guy. He's distinguished.
Do I think George Clooney is a handsome guy? Sure. Sure,
Yeah.
I do. I
What
don't
about-
think he's more handsome than Brad Pitt.
What about Harrison Ford?
Listen, I think he's a man's man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he belongs on the list.
Why is Kevin Costner good looking? He's
He's not good
He's
looking.
not good looking,
No.
is he?
No.
nah.
okay.
I mean, these are classic. What about your Frank Sinatra's?
No.
Cary Grant.
Yeah.
No. Ryan Reynolds. No. Ryan Reynolds, Mark Wahlberg are definitely on the.
Is Mark Wahlberg good looking, or is he just ripped?
He's ripped.
I think.
I think he's good looking.
Listen,
I'm not going to fangirl out over Mark Wahlberg and Ryan Reynolds, but
you kind of are though.
my bad. Stella, back me up here.
No, she's not going to help you out at all. Listen, I have Brad Pitt on the list.
Okay.
He's on my list. I'd also like to put Robert Redford on this list.
Robert Redford,
I think Robert Redford's a very
a good-looking man.
good-looking guy. Real
Yeah.
good-looking guy.
Yeah. Tom Cruise.
I'm not a big Tom Cruise
He's
guy.
short.
I don't want to be with somebody shorter than me. Wait a minute.
Wait.
I mean, are we being racist here? Should we put Denzel on the list? Denzel's a good-looking
I
guy.
think if you're going to have to put one on, it's got to be Jamie Foxx over Denzel.
no.
I feel like
It's
Denzel's
Denzel.
more than Jamie Foxx.
It's Denzel.
Well, Michael B. Jordan.
I like
He's
Michael
a-
B.
he's very
Jordan.
good.
He's a good-looking guy.
Do we have any good?
Will Smith.
well,
Apollo Creed.
Jada Pickett.
The original
Pickett's-
Apollo
hey,
Creed.
Jada Pickett Smith.
Jackie Chan.
Oh,
Jackie Chan.
There it
He's
is.
not. He's not an attractive man. Jackie Chan.
Oh, I disagree. I think
Jackie Chan?
He's an extremely attractive man.
Face looks like a catcher's mitt.
He's been hit. Yeah, he's been hit a few
Yeah.
times.
Oh, you're talking a young Jackie Chan. I'd go Bruce Lee over
Young-
Jackie Chan.
Oh well, if you can get
Come
him.
on, Bruce
I mean,
Lee.
talking about someone that's ripped, you know.
I feel like we've done all we can do
Yeah.
here.
I'm not going to clip that into a short.
Paul Rudd?
No reason to.
Are we
come
freaking
on.
talking Paul Rudd?
Paul Rudd.
No thanks. You can keep your Paul Rudd. Yeah. So anyway, my Netflix suggestion is. Oh, I was going to say that I did watch. There's another Mark Wahlberg movie that just came out. I think maybe on Apple TV, where he. So the one you watched was where he was like undercover, but then his cover got blown. There's another one called Instant Family, where it's he and this other woman are foster parents, and they bring in these 3 kids. It's real heartwarming. A lot of tears in the house when we watched it. And I think it's called Instant Family. It's very good.
Does he take his shirt off?
Probably. Yeah.
There's a whole shower scene.
Yeah.
Gideon's been watching a lot of Premier Soccer.
Yeah.
Like every game, not just Tottenham. He's watching every game.
That's the best league in the world.
Yeah.
Is Zlatan on one of those teams?
There's a lot
No,
of
he's
been gone.
retired.
Yeah.
What?
He's been gone.
That's
for a
all I
while.
know about soccer is Zlatan.
And Pele.
Why do you know him?
Just because he shows up on some TikToks and stuff, and
okay.
how
He's
how
better.
brash he is.
He's awesome.
I love it.
He was in his prime. he was
LeBron
amazing.
James sends him one of his jerseys, and he signs it and sends it
Yeah.
back. That's just epic.
I do love
That's pretty
that.
great.
I do love that. Yeah.
So I did watch with Gideon. I was going to bring this up too. We watched an ESPN 30 for 30. It was titled Hillsborough. It was the tragedy that happened, I think it's like 1987, where there was a ginormous Premier League It was the FA Cup.
Yeah, Liverpool and
It was at Liverpool.
yeah.
No.
it
It was a
at
neutral
the-
site.
Yeah.
But they blamed. See, that's the misconception. They blamed the Liverpool fans
For
causing it. But that did not happen.
Hillsborough?
Yeah, it's like 2 hours long, and it's dark because they go through. So a total of 95 people died.
89.
1989, 95 or 96 people ended up dying in that. Basically, there was standing room only section, and it was all fenced off.
Is it the one where it fell?
No. No, this was fenced off, and they opened up the turn gates after it was already full, and people are just pushing to get closer and closer and closer. So you have like 10,000 people trying to fit a spot that was only meant for 5,000.
Crazy soccer fans.
And crazy soccer fans. And they talk about it. It's awful. Like little kids were pushed up against the gate purple. They were just
There's nothing you
crushed
can do.
and
Yeah.
suffocated, and there was nothing they could do. And it was all like steel gated.
Yeah, I'm not
so there was
watching-
nowhere to
I'm
go.
not watching that. Oh, thank you.
Well, I showed it to Gideon. I think Gus maybe was in the room, or Ted. It was Teddy. And I wanted to say, like, listen, you have to be aware of your surroundings. Like, this is a life lesson.
Yeah.
If you find yourself in a situation where there are thousands of people around you, one gunshot, you're dead.
Yeah.
Not from the gunshot, but from the stampede of people.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be so careful.
Yeah, Teddy didn't like it.
I know, but I made him watch it because I just want them to be aware of their surroundings.
This stuff kind of happens. It's going to happen.
No, stuff
Again,
happens all the time.
Stuff
And
happens all the time.
Here's the thing. That is meant to be a fun, joyous occasion. And people died. Like kids.
Yeah.
Like normal people, not just like crazy people.
What's it called?
Hillsborough, 30 for 30. It's worth watching. It really is.
The 30 for 30s are very good.
It's done very well.
Yeah. Any 30 for 30 I'm usually in on. So, all right. Well, we got about, I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes. Jesse, do you have a strong opinion this week?
I do.
Okay.
I do. Cemeteries are stupid.
Okay.
I think I've talked about this before, maybe
right.
not on the podcast.
Sure.
But I just think they're they're a waste of space. Right? If you look at all the cemeteries in the United States and how much room they take up, you could do a lot of good things with cemeteries. You know, like I took Maddox out to see my parents' headstone, and we just kind of stood there at their headstone, and I was like, okay, cool. This would have made a really good Chick-fil-A out here. They could have done something different with that land.
So you think you just cremate everybody and
Yep.
then...
Yep.
Well,
Or put them in those pods and
I like
plant them
the
as a
tree
tree. That's fine.
that's what I want.
That's fine. I tell Savannah all the time, like, when I go, because I'll definitely go before her,
Yeah.
I don't care what you do with me. Just, I'd prefer, honestly, not to be buried. Because we have cemeteries, we also have all this pressure to buy these expensive caskets. And it's just,
There's
it's
no
an
doubt
industry.
that the industry aspect of it is probably propped up too much. I'm actually pro cemetery. I think it's good for society to recognize that there are people that went before us, and we need to honor them with a certain amount of space that I think ought to be right in the middle of town. I don't think we ought to get away from it. Like I think it's healthy. When I walk around the cemetery and I see all of these like hundreds of years old sometimes tombstones, it is a reminder that I'm immortal and that I'm not immortal. I'm amortal.
and mortal.
And
Transmortal.
I'm transmortal. And that I don't know. I just think there's something healthy about it.
It's perspective.
I think it's good. I am pro cemetery, although I agree with you that there's an aspect of it, I'm sure, of capitalization on it that is not proper, is not necessary. I would just say pine box.
Yeah. See,
Listen,
I think
in the
pine box
ground.
and no chemicals.
Yeah.
Like no
Why would
preserving.
you-
Why are you
Poisoning-
preserving the body for
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
I don't get that at
No,
all.
I agree with all of
You
that.
know what I'm fine with? Bury me in my backyard
with earthworms.
with earthworms.
I
I'm
think
cool
that
with
should be completely legal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it is
Yeah.
though. But
Well, if you get caught.
Like when
There's lots of people buried in
Yeah.
my backyard.
like when my parents died, my dad was a pine box guy too.
Yeah.
He was always like, "Well, when I die, just put me in the cheapest box you can."
Yeah.
What just so happened, my parents died at the same time, and that was not my mother's wishes.
Yeah.
So they had a joint.
You
the
shoved
same
them both in
casket.
one box?
We did,
Yeah.
but because mom had to go in it, she didn't want to be in a pine box.
Sure.
So we opted for the nicer, extra wide, double wide casket.
Yeah.
But I just think, you know what? They would have both been very happy if we had just buried them in our backyard.
Yeah.
First of all, I think a family should be able to do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
As long as it's not like some weird thing. But
Harrison wants to go Viking style.
I love
like
that.
On a
I'm not
wooden
on fire.
Yeah, on a wood.
No,
thing,
that would
yeah.
be awesome.
I think
I did that with a baby bunny one time in college.
I'd like
Didn't go
Elon
well.
Musk to maybe have some sort of thing where he could send pods out into
Oh,
space.
yeah. Yeah.
Towards the sun.
Oh,
Just
that'd be
send me
great.
towards the sun. That's fine.
Yeah. Anything
Death
but
pods.
Because at some point we
Space-
run out of room,
Space
right?
death pods.
My favorite, I don't know about that, but first of all, I am pro cemetery. Secondly, my favorite option, which we're just too late to do, but was on Rogue One, the TV show, where there's this space city, the city at this planet, and what they do with their dead people is they cremate them, and then they use their cremated remains to make as a ingredient in making a brick, and then they make a brick out of them.
Yeah.
And then they put that brick, then they build this wall, like this city wall, and you just get placed on the brick.
I like
so
that.
That's cool.
So you're looking at generations of people. This wall
Yeah.
is like, that's where you go, right? And it's very symbolic, right?
I
You
like
know,
that.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
But, I don't know if we could start that.
We could start that.
Can we talk to Bill Collins? Can he make that happen
Yeah.
in Marion?
Yeah.
We'll just have Ray get on it, too.
Yeah.
So, all right, there it is. That's a show.
That went quick.
I hope you've liked everything we've been doing lately. I hope you like the shorts.
Weigh in on the 10-minute versus
If
the
you like it,
52.
give us a thumbs up, thumbs down. Tell us what you want that's different. If it's at all reasonable, we'll try to make you happy. And tell somebody about the show.
Yeah. Word of mouth.
Post it or something.
Well, and we went over 250,000.
Yeah.
What views or listens?
Views on YouTube.
Yeah.
So there it is.
250,000.
250,000. That's like almost 1 million.
Yeah.
We had another message that we're in the top 10% of all podcasts.
Yeah.
Dude,
So-
I think if you guys hit half, we should do Samurai.
500,000.
Samurai what?
Fruit Ninja, bro.
Yeah. We do a Fruit
That would be
Ninja
awesome.
short.
When we hit 500,000 views on YouTube,
It can
we're
happen
gonna
in
do
2
Fine,
weeks.
I'll take my shirt off for that show. Fine.
This is Dan signing up for Jason, reminding you to always keep your stick on the ice and never wear the blue sweats.
sit, Bubba, sit. Good dog.
I have spoken.
Good night, Lauer Patch Kids, and especially you, Mother Stink Eye on the X. I saw some of her stuff.
Mother Stink Eye.
She seems great.
She's a Lutheran.
No.